Hello everyone, I'm RecV5.
And I'm Sandman99.
And welcome back to Madden NFL 2005 Crusaders franchise, Year 2, Week 14.
Yes, have you recovered from last week's traumatic events yet?
Oh, you mean like being forced to pass?
Yes, see, our last week's opponent, Denver, basically stacked 10 or 11 guys on the line, like, constantly. And so RecV5X actually had to resort to his passing game, which worked pretty well, actually.
Yeah, and I wasn't happy about it.
You had almost a perfect quarterback rating. You completed like 85% of your passes.
Yeah, but you know what?
And you threw for over 350 yards and 3 touchdowns.
You know what, though? You might complete 85% of your passes, but you complete 100% of your handoffs.
Yeah, okay. Well, anyway, that was enough to earn Bo Jenkins the AFC Offensive Player of the Week anyway. And although Calvin Allen, you still managed to get your 100 yards with him.
Well, I'm sure hoping that I can get some more with him, though, because I want to break the NFL single-season rushing record with him if it's possible.
Yeah. So it looks like this week's opponent is Philadelphia Vultures. And they look like they are an offense-oriented team. They look a little squishy on defense. So maybe you can get back on track and play your game rather than the way that it's dictated to you sometimes.
Well, maybe, although they do play the 46.
Yeah.
But I guess 8 men in the box is easier to run against than 11 men in the box.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, they line up in the 46 and then crowd the line.
Yeah.
John,
well, you know what?
John and Al are up in the fucking box going, wait, what's the difference between this defense and this defense?
Yeah, nothing. See, I see 4 down linemen and then 7 other players all crowded into the box. Anyway, here we go. RecV5X.
And the 82, I believe you're using now.
And the 82, that's right. See, the Vultures play the 46 while the Crusaders play the 82 defense. Okay, and here we go. And it looks like all of their key players are offensive players. So it looks
and 2
like
of our key players are offensive.
Yeah.
One of them is Ben French.
But I did do a little bit of work on the defense again since the last game, because I'm still tinkering, trying to add something that I can use to protect us against deep passes without having to resort to putting my prevent defense on the field all the time. And I think I've come up with something that kind of works. At least it worked in a test game that I played in a side franchise earlier.
Yep.
And it's basically a modified 3-3-5, but what I do is I place the outside linebackers in about the same position that the defensive ends would be if you shifted the line in a 5-man line.
Yep, yep.
But they're both in that position on the outside, and then I can shift the 3-man line one way or the other to create that overload situation. But the guys are still linebackers, so if I need to play 5-man to man or something like that, well,
You can do that.
I can still do that. It's a little more flexible than like just playing a 5-man line, right?
Bush is a nightmare. I think he's like a 99 speed wide receiver.
Yeah. I'm thinking that I'm going to be playing the safeties off, but I didn't want to have to do it with, like I said, putting the prevent defense out there, because the prevent defense does okay against runs so long as that middle safety has time to get up to the line.
But if he doesn't, then
you're missing a defensive player there up close, right?
Yep.
So anyway, we'll get our audibles set up here before we kick the ball away. And here's what we're going to do, okay? Basically, nickel 5-man line, and I've got man under, and nickel 5-man line, man under. So basically it's 5-man under 2, and I've got a defensive lineman dropping in a deep zone there, which actually sort of serves the function. You were looking at some interesting football video where the commentator was explaining how different defensive coverages work.
Yep.
And actually in real life, if I were to play a hook zone with a short, with a linebacker, what's supposed to happen is when a receiver passes through his zone, he's supposed to basically, what the guy said, carry that receiver deep enough down the field until the deep zone safety guy can take over the coverage.
That's right. He's supposed to trade him out of his zone.
That's right. But they don't do that here in Madden 05, which is why...
They stand there and it's not in my zone, coach.
Well, what happens is they'll follow that receiver until they reach the limit of the short zone.
And then stop.
And then they stop and return to the center of their zone again. And that's why there's that big, like, 10-yard deep seam between the top of a short zone and the bottom of a deep zone, right?
That's right, yeah.
That the AI is able to exploit on a regular basis. So basically, that's kind of what that deep zone assignment does, is it hopefully will get that defender that's short to continue to follow that receiver. Unfortunately, you know, like you don't get the short coverage, but like that guy who was doing the explaining in that video you were watching today, I watched a little bit of it with you, is that most of the focus in a lot of NFL defenses nowadays is to force offenses to throw the ball short.
Well, and that's exactly what we've done always throughout this whole series.
That's pretty much been our philosophy as well. Although we didn't arrive at it by watching the video. we just figured out that it's better to give up short passes than long ones.
Yeah, obviously. And we also had to kind of make it that choice because we don't have a lot of speed on the field. So it was either choose to give up short passes or choose to give up touchdowns. That's not the conundrum that most real NFL teams face, because most real NFL teams have enough speed not to have that problem.
Yeah, and it was pretty interesting watching this guy explain this too, because the way he explained it, each defensive player on the field that has a coverage assignment, you know, like in a zone, has several decisions to make based on how he reads the play, right?
Yep.
And
it's not just static drop back into your zone.
Yeah, exactly. He's actually actively reading the play and then deciding what he's going to do. Right.
Quarterback gets set with only one back behind him. Hits the delayed handle. Wade cuts him down.
Well, it looks like they got a holding penalty to start things off here.
He's going to flag for holding on that play.
If the defensive guys get a good jump, sometimes the only thing you can do to protect the quarterback is grab hold of somebody's jersey.
Split back this time. Going to the air on first down. Gets rid of it.
Okay.
This one falls incomplete.
So this is an example of my new defensive scheme, basically. Except that they've got a third wide receiver, right, out on the field. So Danny Jones is out here lined up over top of the slot guy. But if this were a two-back, like a normal two-back alignment with a tight end, he'd be in the middle of the field over here.
Yep.
So anyway, what that does is it allows me to cheat this guy way over here so that I can actually charge straight at that guard, which prevents them from doing that loosey-goosey trading
back up
thing,
and try to block two guys
where
thing.
This guy runs backward faster than this guy can run forward, and you're basically chasing him, right?
Yeah.
So this at least gives that linebacker a chance to get around the edge and get some pressure. And then, of course, this is man coverage. And, I don't like the corner here takes a risk, but that's why the safety is back there deep, right?
Yep.
Just in case the corner misses.
And welcome back. Kansas City drops its safeties into deeper coverage to be more prepared for the long pass. Gets the pass off.
See, in that time, I think the linebacker coming around the edge there got picked up by the running back that was left in, right?
Yep.
You see that? Because even though I had trouble getting over there on time, I was still able to do this anyway. And it looks like our inside linebacker there converted to a pass rush when it became obvious that that running back was staying in the block.
And that probably helped you out a little bit.
That probably did help me out a little bit.
Ball on their own 21. Kansas City is trying to prevent anything long here and backs up the corners and safeties. Williams, the lone setback. Williams fakes the handoff, and he makes the grab.
And basically, that's all I'm doing is I'm just playing man under two and, relying on the defense to pursue and make tackles. And that actually worked out a little better than I expected it to on that opening series, thanks to that penalty. But I fully expect to leak yardage all the way down to about my own 30-yard line, at which point I'll start playing a little bit more aggressively, right?
Yep.
It's pretty fun, actually, in my test. My test side league, actually, the Minnesota Nords, I've played now 3 games in the regular season in this particular season that I'm playing in, and my opponents have managed 6 visits to the red zone, and I have held them to only 1 score.
Nice.
So my defensive red zone scoring percentage allowed is 12%.
I'll tell you, when you got second and short, you can call just about anything and everything.
So basically, any offense that crosses my 20-yard line in that particular playthrough has a 1 in 6 chance of actually scoring any points, right? Oh yeah, this is going to be a nice run. Oh, go, yeah.
Now that's one of the hazards of crowding the line, especially against a setup like that with the twin tight ends.
Well, I think also these guys do have a weaker defense too, so you're going to be able to take advantage of them a little more when they do that kind of stuff, right?
What is this coverage scheme? Double coverage on...
I don't know, they sure do have a lot of guys in the middle.
Throwing on first down. Gets the pass off.
Double coverage on somebody.
Yeah.
Some funny, funky thing going on.
Well, it looks like they had a guy in the middle of the field running to the flat there too, right? So, man coverage on one of your backfield guys. Maybe?
Man coverage on everyone.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's a touchdown. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, look, nice there. He turned that guy outside, and then he put him on his butt.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. I love that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I didn't need a total ton of time off the clock.
Oh, well, that's okay. It's always good to score a touchdown. Especially when they take away that advantage that we like to have where we receive the kickoff in the second half.
Yep.
You know, it's good to get a score ahead right away, right? Yeah, it took you 4 plays.
Well, that'll help the rushing average.
Yep, 2 long runs and 1 short pass.
He got all of that one. From the 2-yard line. Just down.
I even squared myself up with him. He just slipped off him.
Yeah, well, you know, what can you do?
So just how it goes sometimes.
That's just how it goes sometimes.
See, that's what we need. We need Jack Slater on the team. For those of you who don't know, Jack Slater is a strong safety with 80 speed that I converted to cornerback because he had like 68 tackling.
With the pass, he hits his receiver. He was really hit hard on that.
See, I tried changing things up there a little bit by playing a zone.
Yep.
And they found the hole, right? They found that soft spot between the short zone and the deep zone, right?
Well, that'll happen sometimes.
There's really nothing you can do about it.
I'd say don't change it up until they force you to.
He tucks it away. He's brought down behind the line for a short loss. Williams didn't have
Well,
much to work with on that running play.
That's because the defense did a good job anticipating the snap count. With an aggressive defense like this, a hard count could be an effective way to keep them off balance while trying to draw them off sides.
Drops back, under pressure, flings it to the outside.
See, and with the man coverage, with the linebackers, they're able to run out there and make the stop, eh?
Yeah, well, part of the thing is, too, is that the linebackers on this team have, like, 99 awareness. They're all terrible players physically, but they have 99 awareness, and so that helps compensate.
Yep. And Cedric Perry gets the sack. But that's another reason, too, why I wanted to go to an alignment like this, because he's actually closer. In this position where I placed him, he's closer than he would be if I did a linebacker shift this way, or even if I spread them.
Yep.
Either way, he'd be standing about here.
Yep.
So he's got a step already, right?
And he's proven himself season after season to be a strong pass rusher.
Yeah, and he can overpower a halfback. But giving him that extra step, that extra head start,
is what helps compensate for his slow speed.
Exactly. Right? So, anyway, that's kind of what I was trying to develop. It's similar to the 5-man line theory, except that you're using linebackers as your outside pass rushers. And, that also gives you the ability to cover the pass a little bit better, too, right?
Yep.
Here's the punt.
Then we're going to call a fair catch.
For a fair catch.
So that would be fair catch, right?
Very effective.
Yeah, but what would happen if you called fair catch left and they kicked it the other way, then the guy runs the wrong way?
I guess so.
Although more often than not, we let the ball bounce on the ground anyways, right?
Going to the air on first down. Throwing the 30.
Go easily.
Yep, Easley has suddenly come alive, and he's having a good season after a slow start.
Jenkins zips the ball into the receiver on that one.
That makes it hard for him to be sacked, and it gives the defenders less time to react.
Calling an audible. Jenkins sends a man in motion. Allen. Whitman punishes the ball carrier at the 36.
Well,
wow, they didn't give me a yard? I thought I at least got a yard there.
Yeah, really, eh? Oh, well.
Just as soon as you snap the ball.
Mills in motion.
Well, they didn't move anybody. Uh-oh. Oh, you got away from him. Look at Mills' block, eh?
Yep.
Good job.
There to bring him down at the 44.
When your yards per carry are this good in the first quarter, it could be a long day for the defense.
Oh, what's this?
46 Bear. Huge gaps over the guards. Like if you had a dive play here, you'd be able to probably dive up the middle against that defense, right?
Gets the pass off.
It's okay, I trust easily to catch the ball.
Number 35 comes up with a big catch on third down.
He made a great move right at the line of scrimmage to give him that little bit of separation needed.
See, that's the 46 Bear again.
In the box on this one.
And you can't run around it. It's too wide, right? But those gaping holes in the middle there, if you had a dive play, you'd be able to run right through that gaping hole there, right?
Just like that.
Just like that.
44-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play. They need to reach the 38-yard line to convert. 8 defenders in the box on this one. Looks like he's changing the play.
Uh-oh.
Wow, they just didn't block that guy.
Some non-blocking going on there, yeah.
Yeah, I'll say.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh, yeah, number 76.
Yeah, they just ignored. He even turned and ran toward him.
That's a defensive end.
Yep. Well, you know what, though? I think we've already beaten that horse to death many times, right? It was just basically block skipping to make the defense look better, right?
The home team come out in a dime package. Drops back. Looking for a receiver. Gets rid of it.
Wow, they were jamming easily. Did you see that?
Yeah, but that's okay because they dropped off deep in the middle and just kept dropping off and dropping off, and that gave Allen the space that he needed to get that first down.
Yeah.
Catch to pick up that first down.
Changing the play now.
Well, that didn't go anywhere. And there was no space anywhere.
No.
Very quickly.
Yeah, he was. This line has to do a better job of holding up at the point of attack. He has a fast first
He's
step.
getting tired now. You're going to have to let him sit down for a bit.
He needs a line to create that little crease or cutback lane to break free.
He sees something in the defense.
Bad news, it's Parkman out there.
Well, maybe he'll catch it.
Throwing. He finds his man.
Or we'll just give it to Marshall.
Yeah.
Up here.
He's feeling it right now.
Yeah, he's a bit more likely to catch it than Parkman.
And that's worse.
Marshall takes the catch but doesn't get very far.
And that's what the mark of a solid defense is. They close in on you in a hurry, and they don't miss tackle.
The home team come out in a nickel package. Directing traffic.
Fuck your nickel package.
You don't want him to shoot those linebackers through the gaps and
That's
stop
exactly what'll happen, too.
With the
Yep.
pass, he hits
Oh, well.
the receiver. Talk about
See, they made you throw it short.
27.
Yeah, because the nickel is like the ultimate run defense in this game, because those two linebackers, where they're standing, it's basically scripted that they'll slide through the line every single time.
Yeah.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, the offense doesn't know how to pick them up.
You can't even motion a tight end into the gap. It won't do anything. I think I just missed this.
Maybe.
And it's up.
Oh, you hit the upright. I thought you had it still, but nope. Oh well.
But yeah, basically the way that is, and it doesn't matter, you could line up with like 50 tight ends on the line. Because those two linebackers are standing there in those gaps, they'll always slide right through. And it's because the offensive linemen just don't trade in such a way that they can pick those guys up. And if you motion a tight end over, he'll just like run to the opposite side of the formation because he's a dumbass.
Yeah. See, this is what I'm doing here, right? Is I'm playing with Danny Jones, who is a safety, instead of the nickel corner, because in man lock type situations, a safety will move up to the line like this and play like a linebacker.
Yep.
Whereas the corner would stay back.
That's right. Yep.
And if you watch this play, right? Well, who comes in here and makes the tackle? It's Danny Jones,
Yep.
right? Because he was close enough to actually do something about it.
They need 5. The corners are backing off. Gets rid of it. And the
Hot potato.
Yeah. Well, there's not much you can do about those,
first down throw.
right?
That's the one thing. You know that your time is short, and the defense is going to be pushing right in your face on third down. So a shorter drop and a quick throw will usually beat that if you don't need a lot of yardage.
Hands it off to the fullback.
And of course, you know, like if they call a certain type of run, then yeah, this might be a little bit soft against it, but you'll notice that I had 3 defenders over there to contain it and prevent it from turning into a big play, right?
Mm-hmm.
The end of 1. These teams are separated by just a touchdown. With the score, Kansas City 7, Philadelphia 0. And we're ready to start the second quarter. Ball on the 41-yard line. Williams, the deep pass. Throwing short to his left. Swing pass to the running back on the left. Caught the pass but didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, the defense is real good at putting a quick
Well,
end to completion.
They'll have to get the ball inside the 31 to convert for the first down. The corners are giving a bit of a cushion. Pressure, throws it, and he drops the pass. Great effort up front to put the pressure on.
And you'll see that kind of thing out of these guys a lot. They're big and they're strong and they're fast.
See, I audible to a man coverage there.
Sure have their hands full when they get out in this field.
Kansas City doesn't want a long pass over anybody's head here, so they back up the secondary. Slings it to the outside.
And if they want to throw this kind of pass, well, sooner or later, somebody will bring him down, right?
Sooner or later, holy shit.
Wow. I think they just bought themselves a field goal with those 2 broken tackles, right?
Molden comes out, hoping to put points on the scoreboard for the first time. The kick is up.
Except that it was too far. But
Nobody can kick.
But you know what? That's what that particular defensive scheme is designed to do. Is if the first guy misses, then there's the second guy, and if the second guy misses, then there's the third guy, right?
The home team.
You know, it's multiple lines of defense.
Hands it off to the back. Ooh, that one will leave a mark.
Now that was actually something else that's kind of dumb, right? Is I'm coming up here because there's a gap here, but that guy bumps me in his motion,
Yeah.
and then I get stuck behind 72. I hate when that happens.
9 yards to go. He sees something in the defense. Calling an audible. Allen.
Well, you should be able to run around them now.
Across midfield.
Oh, what was that?
That looked like it was an attempted hit stick, right? Like he dove at you there, and then you bounced off of him, but then you tripped over him or something?
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah.
So they have 1st and 10 here.
Do you think the dive is the right call in this play?
Probably not, no. I think you probably got to do something like this.
Pass play here on 1st down. Throws it. And this pass is completed. Holcomb with the tackle at the 40. Caught the pass but didn't do anything.
Nope.
Well, they were covering him fairly tightly there.
Yep, but that's okay. You still picked up 5. That's a pretty safe pass to throw. I mean, even if there's a guy covering him close, that one is almost impossible to intercept, right? Looks like they might have double coverage on the wide receivers here. Is that what's going on?
Or some such.
Gets the pass.
And nobody's covering easily.
Yeah, well, that was a pretty easy pass.
Yeah, you talk about your depleter. That's what happened there. He unloaded and he got a depleter.
See, your passing offense is so much more effective when it's not Parkman trying to catch the pass.
That's true.
Allen. A lot of room to work with. He's at the 20.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah!
So a touchdown.
See, I just squared up with that guy and tried to lower my shoulder into him.
Yeah, you ran through him, and then you dragged another guy into the end zone. Nice run. See, I don't have the success that you do with this type of running, right? I do it a little bit in my offense, but I'm more of a, like, you know, big set kind of guy, right? Where I'd rather try and jam the ball up the middle.
Well, I think jamming the ball up the middle is a source of more consistent yardage. Like, you might notice I get like 12 tackles or get tackled behind the line for a loss like 12 times a game. Right? But the big yardage really comes from the outside most of the time, because very rarely are you ever going to run a dive play up the middle for a touchdown, right?
Yeah, that's true.
It's not that it doesn't happen, it's just not common.
To have their number out there. They need to rethink their strategy on defense. Maybe blitz a little more, trying to create some additional pressure. They have to find a way to get this offense out of their rhythm.
Well, you got him that time.
Yep.
Will start to drive from the 19-yard line. So they have 1st and 10 here. Backing off. They'll go from the I formation. Pushes it out to the left. French pulls him down behind the line. His excellent positioning led to that stop behind the line of scrimmage.
And he'll do that kind of thing. He's one of the smartest players at defensive end. He always seems to be in position. He uses his hands well, and he has those long arms. And that really helps him shed blockers.
Hand it off. Play action with the throw.
Oh, Danny Jones.
That's Danny Jones right there. And he could have very easily caught that.
Yep, that would have been a nice play. That would have been.
Yeah, it's very surprising he didn't catch it.
When it comes to third down conversions.
Third down conversions are usually a good barometer of how well your offense is playing. It means that your offense is making big plays when they need them.
Pressure coming, throwing short to his left. Short pass to the fullback. Drop behind the line for a loss of a couple.
Well, they like to try and throw to the flats.
Defense did a great job on that series, pushing them backward. Here's the punt. The officials are trying to determine where it went out of bounds. Offense taking over again.
Well, all right then.
Last time they ran the ball very effectively and got it into the end zone. The home team come out with 8 guys in the box. Going to the air on first down. Gets the pass off. Harris with the tackle. At the
Well, they gave you 4 yards of forward progress, I guess, with that.
Yep.
Directing traffic. Jenkins sends a man in motion. Hands it off to the back.
Well, if that wide receiver had blocked his guy.
Yep, that would have been a successful run then. That's how important it is, though, to have those corners out wide, right?
Against the run, while also giving them the speed to rush the pass.
But I figured out why the AI defenses play a lot of man walk. It's because what I noticed through my experimentation is that man walk brings extra defenders up to the line, which makes it harder to run, right?
Well, harder to run in some situations with some runs, but not like in this situation.
Yeah. But, you know, like there's drawbacks to it, and I think that the AI plays that way probably too much.
Probably.
You know, if I were playing against an offense like yours, I think I would probably play a lot of zone defense and leave my corners out wide for containment, right?
John, one of your favorite terms right here.
Just had to get around the edge there.
That's worse than a boom.
It's inevitable.
Loosen your teeth.
They're 12 yards away from the end zone. 46 defense in this time. Number 35, the man in
Oh, you're going to try and move a guy over, are you? You know he's not going to block anybody, right?
Hey, did he actually?
No, he didn't. He didn't block anybody. You see?
Yeah, he's going for the safety.
He's heading for the safety, though.
Of course. Well, I had this idea that he might block the guy straight across from him, you know?
Yeah, well, it's funny, you know what? What I found a lot of times with the motion like that is that those guys already have programmed in who they're going to block. And by moving them to the opposite side of the formation, it doesn't help your cause at all. Because they just continue to go after the guy they were originally going to block anyway. Right? Even if that guy is on the other side of the field and 15 yards downfield, right? Oh, you didn't want to jam it up the middle there?
Number 86.
Oh, come on!
I don't know about that.
At least one play.
Yeah, well, you use the replay now. Oh, well, maybe the ball didn't break the plane then. He
broke the plane, but the ball didn't.
He didn't extend the ball over the goal line, right?
Goddamn, Parkman.
That's why a lot of times you see players, and when you're watching a game, you'll see them reach forward with the ball. Because it doesn't matter even if the ball comes out, so long as it breaks the plane of the goal line while it's still in their possession, right?
Yep.
Well, second time's the charm. So he got 2 runs for 0 yards and a touchdown there.
Pushing and pushing until they're putting up 6 points on the board.
But at least he can put the ball over the crossbar, right?
Yep. Unlike Golston.
Yeah.
That's because I think Golston is like short and stout like a fridge.
Yeah.
Whereas Parkman is just huge. He really probably should have been an offensive lineman.
No, he's a little undersized for that, but he's a blocking. He started off, I think, as a blocking tight end.
Send him to an all-you-can-eat buffet. He'll put on the weight. All right, he just needs to gain a few pounds.
Nice kick. Plenty of distance. From the 7.
See that guy? He tried to juke me.
Yeah.
A 3 and out on the last series. So they have 1st and 10 here. They're making some changes up front. Williams in the backfield. Hand off to the tailback. Jones makes the tackle at the 24. They're trying to move the ball on the ground.
A running attack.
So this is actually a fairly decent run defense as well.
The pace of the game.
Jill, what have you heard?
I was able to talk to the team doctor, and he indicated that it is a minor injury. They expect that he'll take a series or 2 off and then return to the field.
All right, Jill, thank you for the update. They ran it there.
Yep, that's an important part of this team's offense.
It's 3rd down and 6 to go. Giving some cushion on the outside. They'll go from the I formation. Toss play to the left. Johnson.
Well, I'm surprised he didn't trip over Edwards there, but I'm glad Toby Johnson brought him down.
Yep.
Now here's the punt unit as the defense forces a 3 and out.
Yeah. Basically, what I think I've gotten here is you know,
Penalty
like,
marker down on the field.
oh, okay,
This one goes
Holding.
out of bounds.
holding on them. Okay. Let's accept the penalty and make them kick it again. You know, basically what I've got here is it's kind of like I saw in one of the old Madden games they had a formation called 3-4 solid.
Yep.
And that's kind of what I was going for there.
Here's the punt.
Although I have a 5th defensive back in there instead of a 4th linebacker, right?
Yep.
Didn't have much to work with, but still got away a decent return.
And I basically play nickel full time.
2-minute warning coming up.
Well, with how bad our personnel are on this team, you have to.
Oh, look at that. The pulling guard gave you a little help there.
Good, because I needed it. I had to run straight sideways there.
Nice run.
Yep.
And picks up the 1st down.
And it was well executed. They hit their blocks, and the back found the right hole to get down the field and pick up a 1st down.
They come out of the nickel.
It's going to hit 2 minutes here anyway, right away.
I mean, we could have thrown this pass.
Could have, but what for? If you really want to, you should be able to make it 41 yards in 2 minutes.
Are you sure about that?
You just want to make sure that they don't have enough time to do anything with the ball afterwards, right?
Directing traffic. Jenkins with a man in motion. With the carry.
Yeah, we'll just motion easily out there to pick up the space backer.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a hit stick.
Yep.
So they have 1st and 10.
Well, he's got 150 yards rushing now.
They're looking for the run with all those linebackers out there.
Well, I think easily against the strong safety is probably a favorable matchup.
Well, it's an equal matchup. I mean, Easley is not a very good blocker.
True.
He's been getting better at it, but he's still terrible at it. He's not out there for being his blocker, though. He's a good pass receiver. And he's too slow to play wide receiver.
Yeah, well, he did a pretty good job of blocking there. He just Just couldn't keep your balance long enough to stay in, eh?
Yep. Well, that's okay. I guess we'll give it to Parkman 3 times.
Well, you know what? They,
Wow, do you think they're expecting this? Actually, you know what? We'll give it to Parkman anyways.
yeah, the clock stopped because you went out of bounds. That's okay. They can't tackle him anyway.
Wow, 27 points in one half of football.
Yep. Well, going on 28. I think you're back on form. I think you just had 3 really tough opponents in a row, eh?
Yeah, maybe.
Number 12 comes in to attempt the point after.
That being said, you did manage to rack up 37 points against Denver, even though they wouldn't let you
The
run.
extra point attempt is good.
Well, that's because they were playing the run so ridiculously hard that
Set to kick it.
they didn't have any pass coverage out there. I threw the long bomb streak on them a couple times.
Yeah, you came out and did that almost first thing, actually. But that's why I say, folks,
They'll return this
don't be afraid to throw the long bomb. If the defense crowds up to the line, it's okay to try and throw it over their heads.
Bad things happen when you go to the air. That's what I say.
Yeah, that's what you say. But I say different.
Throwing on first down. Gets rid of it.
That was Travis Wade there. That could have been an interception. He's actually one of the only coverage linebackers on the team.
Yeah, well, also if they leave a back in to block, quite often the situation will be that he'll hang around in the middle almost like he's spying too, right?
Closing in.
Oh. That's 2.
He makes a
Yep.
play by breaking the pass.
The quarterback can get a little excited out there at times. Maybe that's what caused him.
Maybe he's trying to run with it before he's actually got control of it. That's the problem.
You see that though, Edwards there, he overpowered the halfback on that side, right?
Yeah, surprisingly.
Third down, you keep 3 things. You keep your drive going, you keep their defense on the field,
And there he got the sack.
Nice. Getting Edwards involved.
Yep.
You have to go through your progression and get rid of the ball. Give your receivers a chance
You see,
to
you
make
can
the
get
play.
sacks from the right side. It's harder, but that's one of the reasons that I wanted to develop this formation with the linebackers playing, like the outside linebackers playing in that solid alignment. Because again, he's one step closer, right?
Yep.
Normally he'd be lined up out here somewhere. And that one step closer is just enough to get him there just a little bit quicker, right?
Yep.
Back to the game. They're going to bring in the punt team for the 5th time so far.
And it's nice when you can play 5 man-to-man under 2 and get that kind of pressure, right? It really helps your man coverage to hold up. Because it forces the quarterback to hot potato the ball out of there then. And then how many dropped interceptions did we have in this first half? 3 or 4?
Here's the kick.
2 for sure by Wade. And I think Danny Jones dropped one too, right?
Yep.
So, yeah, like we've had at least 3 passes hit defenders right in the hands just because quarterback was under pressure and he was hurrying, right?
Calling an audible. Calling an audible now. He sees something in the defense. Changing the play now. Passing on first down. He surveys the field, throwing.
Okay, just taking a shot. Well, you know what? The defender almost tipped it to the receiver there.
Yeah, almost.
And this
He
should
did
be
get his
the
hands on it,
half.
although the defender hit it first. But
Well, if they wanted to crowd the line and they weren't going to let me run the ball, so...
you never know, though. Sometimes fluky things like that
Looks
can
like he's
happen,
calling an
right?
audible.
You know, if he'd have tipped it to Mills, then maybe you would have been able to take the last couple steps into the end zone
Off to the tailback.
for a touchdown too, right?
Still running, and he just got level.
Well, they just wouldn't let me run the ball because they decided to put 11 guys in the box, so I'm just like, well, fuck you.
Well, you know what? You take that shot once in a while, and every now and then it'll work. Anyway, it must be time for the halftime stretch, right?
Indeed.
Okay.
And we're back.
Yes, and we're actually receiving the kickoff. I thought we had lost the toss, but it looks like everything went our way
In the first half.
in the first half, including winning the coin toss.
From the 11-yard line.
Oh,
Okay.
we've got a holding penalty.
Yeah, we've got a holding penalty. And everything pretty much went your way in the first half there, Rec V5X.
Yes. So much so, I think we're going to give Green some experience.
Oh, okay. You're going to give him some practice at turning around and handing the ball off?
That's right.
Poor Bo Jenkins.
First and 10 here.
Don't
Green
worry.
needs to know what his
Don't
career
worry,
is going to be
Bo.
about.
When I'm the offensive coordinator next year, you'll have a better
Offensive
season.
line has given the runner some good holes today.
Dropping back to pass on first down. Gets the pass off.
Well, look at that. Easily runs through a tackle.
Yep.
Because you know what? You may operate with a run-first kind of a philosophy, but I'm more of a passing guy.
They've had a lot of success rushing on first down, John, averaging over 8 yards per
Well,
carry.
I would
we
say
got
that.
7 or 8 yards on first
Totally
down.
forgot to do
That was a
this.
pretty good
Oh,
game.
yeah.
Calling an audible now.
Well, now you're screwed.
So he calls
You're
a
going to have to
timeout.
call a timeout.
I wish you could flip the stick whatever way without having to motion the guy back.
Yeah,
That's just dumb.
well, it's a shortcoming in the way they built the game,
Running
right?
on first down, and that's helped them grab the lead.
Oh, is the... Oh, okay, yeah. See
Scorecard
that?
indicates it.
Okay, well, I've already made my feelings more than adequately known about this, which I think is absolute horseshit.
Come on!
Because the ball is already in Allen's belly, right? You know, like, there's absolutely no way that this should happen.
It's in his side.
Yep. You know, like, there's absolutely no way. That is absolute bullshit, right? But that's just the kind of cheap junk that they put in this game to try and make you fear the D, right? And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. It's not fear the D. It's fear the offensive screw-up, right? You have to fear the offensive screw-up. You have to worry about what'll happen if somebody doesn't do their job. Because that's basically what happens.
Gets the pass off.
Very rarely can the defense actually figure out a way to stop the offense. Basically, you get stopped by penalties or by timely drop passes or by that kind of garbage, you know, where the lineman bursts through and tackles the quarterback in, you know, the middle of a handoff animation, that kind of thing, right?
Dropping back. Throws it.
I'm not sure what that pirouette was, but okay.
Because I don't think you have to fear a defense that lets you do that over and over and over and over. And all that is it's a short curl, right?
Yeah, and they'll let me do that
It's
over
a short
and over.
curl in the slot, and they let you do that over and over and over. And I just don't understand
The man in motion.
how you can, you know, why you have to fear a defense that allows you to do that.
Well, you don't.
Exactly.
Well, there, I managed to run the guy over to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. Basically, the only thing that stops you is if you have some kind of a failure on the offensive side of the ball, right? A lineman will skip a block, or a receiver, a sure-handed receiver will drop a pass on third down, or you'll get a penalty at a awkward time, you know, like that kind of stuff, right?
They'll go with the run once again.
Wow, I got face masked by the defensive tackle from behind.
Yeah.
They called it inadvertent.
Do you think they're trying to cut down on the run now?
Yeah, I think so.
They're like, you can't run anymore in this game.
Sometimes you get a handful of maps.
That's illegal.
These third downs haven't been much of an obstacle, and it's helped them to take the lead.
Well, the thing is, on that one run play there, the distance, I think that guy was a defensive end too, right? Like, he wasn't even shooting through a line that was vacated by a pulling guard or anything like that. He was just coming around the edge untouched because the offensive line trades toward the side that you're running to, right?
Yep.
And,
He shouldn't have been part of the play.
Yeah, he shouldn't have even been in on the play. It's generally okay if the defensive end on the opposite side of where you're running to doesn't get blocked, right? Because he's not going to be able to get there to do anything about it anyway.
Going to the air on first down. Throws it, and the catch is made.
Except for in Madden.
Yeah, you know that whole deal about what happens when...
Yeah, in Madden, your quarterback will just pull the ball out of your running back's stomach and then cover it up and let that guy tackle him, right?
Rhodes in motion. Another run.
There was nothing I could do. I was stuck on him.
Yeah, it looked like you had a gap there if you could have gotten going the right way, but...
I couldn't turn left, I couldn't turn right, I couldn't do anything.
Yeah, sometimes it's like that last game where you had that weird thing where you ran into something that was blocking you that was invisible, right? You know, like you ran into an invisible obstacle and it wouldn't let you run any further. Oh, look at that, a rare pass to the flat. You almost made a first down on that too. Wow.
Almost. I think that's a bit lengthy for a field goal.
Well, it's a little bit longer than the one you missed, right? I think the one you missed was a 45-yarder. And this one would be a 48-yarder, so...
Into a headwind.
That's okay. You chewed up half of the first or third quarter with this possession. Not overly worried about scoring points here, I don't think.
Very shallow punt. Andy waves for the fair
Oh,
catch.
if only he would, like, catch that.
Yeah, it's funny, you know, in Madden 04, they'll actually chase those, right? Like, they'll chase them down.
So they have first
But
and 10.
in this game, very rarely do they do that.
Only one man in the backfield. Foley with a man in motion.
Oops.
Going to the left.
Who the hell's going where? Well, whatever it was an effective run defense.
They went with the running play.
You never know when you're going to find some room and break loose into the secondary.
Backing off. The quarterback gets set with only one back behind him. Under pressure.
Well, that would have been a pretty heroic catch.
Yep.
The pass rush almost got to him.
I don't think he
I'm not surprised he dropped that one.
See, there's a little bit of awkwardness here if you have to switch from one side to the other, but it's not too bad, eh?
Yeah.
Split backs this time. Toss by the left.
Wow, that was a weird-looking toss. Oh, look at that. They actually managed to run the sweep from the split backs formation. Wow.
For a nice pickup on the ground.
Hey, nice job up front, holding their block and allowing him to get a good run for a first down.
The defense is shifting. Williams, the lone setback. Pressure with the throw. And
Yeah, you just hit whoever that is in the shoulder.
Yeah.
Travis Wade. He hit Travis Wade in the back of the shoulder with that.
Well, that's one of the benefits of playing 5 man-to-man, right? Is that even if something goes wrong, everybody's got a man covering them.
pressure coming with the pass.
Whoa, did you see him snap into place there?
Yep. Yeah, they do that, right? That happens. Yeah, that's not as extreme as some. Like, I've seen some where the ball's thrown behind the defender here even, and he'll slide sideways like that all the way over to it, right?
And we go back to
But yeah, that was kind of a little bit smelly and, you know.
Loosening up the coverage on the outside. Rose, the man in motion. The 40. Big hit on the ball carrier.
And when you talk about getting unloaded on, that's what happened here. He just got unloaded on.
Picked up 9 on the play. seventh play of this drive. 1 yard to go.
We'll change things up a little bit here now. I don't think they can throw the ball deep enough down the field to get it over anybody's head now.
Well, but they don't have to, because they just need to have him hold on to it.
Yep. Well, they just need to throw it in front of the guy, right?
Now, what are you coming out in here? Okay.
They weren't able to get into the red
4 and 4
once in the first half, but here they are in the third, inside the 20. Looking for room. French stops the play in the backfield.
Go, Ben French.
John, the coaches are always talking about his intensity and awareness.
And those are the type of plays where you see those qualities really.
See, with this, I don't care if they have a tight end on that side because the defensive end there is lined up wide enough that he's outside of where the tight end would line up, right?
Defense is always very aggressive when defending the run. They're extremely disciplined. They get off their blocks very quickly. Makes it tough to find openings when you're running the ball.
Third down and long coming up here.
Do we gamble a little bit? See if we can take it away.
They'll go from the
Sure.
closing in. Lobs one into the
Okay, well, got away with it anyway. So I guess we'll call that one a draw. Because he went and threw it deep, right? Because they're psychic. They know exactly when I'm not playing 4 deep zone, right?
Yep.
Because they must have a... I guess nobody noticed that green jersey guy in the huddle or something.
Either that, or you know what they could be doing is they could just be calling a long bomb every single play, and then you're always lined up in deep pass coverage every single play, right?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
From the 1 yard line to the 20.
That's about as much success as they've had so far in this game anyway.
Again, as they did the last time the offense had the ball. It's 1st and 10. The home team come out of the 46. With the pass, with the catch.
That was a little bit of an awkward tackle animation, but I'll take it.
Yeah.
I think that pass was a little off target, too.
Wow, look at that. He's 7 for 7, the rookie is.
You know, he's not the most accurate guy in the world, right?
Green sends a man in motion. Allen.
Yeah, well, they had just about everybody stacked up on the wrong side there.
Yep. That's why I ran it there.
Yeah.
That play is actually designed to go that way, and it's designed to work like that.
Yeah, it's just that most of the time when they line up with this way, you have to go the other way, right?
That's right. But now they've got that linebacker in that gap, and I'm expecting this to be a run for a loss.
Well, unless you can run away from them, right?
No, it's going to be a scripted thing. Watch.
Nope,
Oh,
you managed to run away from them.
Oh,
Wow.
what was that?
I think
We're seeing all the bullshit in this game.
Yeah, I think somebody got... Yeah, that's a suction block right there. Right? Yeah.
The defender at the last minute goes, I'm going to go block this guy, and I was fully expecting to have to run that guy over.
Yep. Well, now you got 200 yards on the ground. Allen's going to win all the trophies this year.
I hope so.
Oh yeah, he is. He's basically polling first for every category he's eligible for right now. Like MVP, best running back, offensive rookie, offensive player, right?
Having a lot of trouble stopping them. They can't seem to key on what they're doing and put an end to this drive.
He sees something in the defense.
Quite possibly the best draft pick in the history of Madden 05.
Passing on 1st down. With the pass, with the catch. Ooh, that one will leave a mark.
If only Green could lead the receiver a little bit into the end zone there, but he is a rookie.
Yep.
Downs on their last 2 plays.
They're getting it done by seeing the whole field and taking what the defense gives them.
Well,
You got 3 shots from the 1 yard line here anyway.
Yeah, we all know how this ends.
Fullback handoff. Clemens stops him for negative yardage. So we've reached the end of the
You know, I
third
wonder if it
quarter.
would be worth trying to dive in those situations.
Home team, 28-3.
Isn't that what you... Oh, you mean like use the dive button? No,
Yes.
because that causes a fumble. Your running back can't hang on to the ball. If he lands on the ground before breaking the plane of the goal line, then it'll be a fumble.
Puts it away. Brown makes the play.
That's okay. He got back that yard that he lost. I wouldn't worry about it. Just hammer it at him again. If you don't make it in, you got an easy 3 points to
Nice
you know,
job
like
so far on third down for the offense, and we'll see if that
basically
continues here.
nullify the 3 that they just got, right?
Hand it off to the fullback.
Or, you know, we'll actually get some push and shove forward there.
Yeah.
That never happens.
Third time's the charm. Actually, you know, that's just about the perfect scenario, right? You get first and goal from the 1, and it takes you 3 tries to get in, because look at all the time that you can work off of the clock, right?
Yep.
And you still get the touchdown
So they'll
anyway.
try to tack on the extra point. And it's up. The extra point attempt is good. The visiting team have it all
Yep, you pretty
working
much
out
had your
to
way with
continue
these
to
guys.
expand their lead. Good job moving the ball the length of the field.
Oh, look, that was a 1-yard run, Parkman.
Oh, okay, yeah, they gave him a yard for that, eh? I wonder if he'll have net positive yards this
At the
time
end of this
around.
game?
Yeah, because he's had a couple yards for run for a loss, and he's had a couple of 1-yard runs, and, you know, like, you never know. He might actually get a net positive this time.
You never know.
It's hard to say.
Again, after their last drive ended with 3 points.
Now I gotta find my... There we go. Yeah.
It's first and 10.
I have to say, this has turned out to be a very good defensive system.
Williams is the deep back. Coles, the motion man. Hand it off.
Hey, come back here.
Brown records the stop at the 24.
And when they do run, there's a big crowd, right?
Yep.
Second and 8. The corners are giving a bit of a cushion. He surveys the field with a pass. He hits his receiver. Perry with the stop at the 29. Rose with a decent 6-yard gain. 3rd and 2 coming up here. Making some changes along the defensive front. Under pressure, gets the pass off.
That was terrible.
Yeah.
That was terrible defense. That was terrible offense. That was terrible everything.
I don't know. I don't think it was that bad. I mean, look at this. See, the
coverage is terrible.
I don't know. He was right there with him. I mean, yeah, admittedly he dropped it, but I don't know.
Everything about that play was terrible.
Yeah. It was an ugly play, but it resulted in a punt. So
here's the punt. And he signals for the fair catch.
those guys looked like they were coming just a little bit too fast.
Yeah, I think you're right.
First and 10. Nickelback in this time. He sees something in the defense. Gets the call. He's in the clear with that blazing speed. Whitman takes him down at the 46. Allen contributed with a nice gain there.
Most of the time when you see runs like that, there's some kind of mix-up in the defense. Sometimes it's the offensive line just doing a great job of blocking. I think that play was a little bit of both.
Green with a man in motion.
Well, this might work out.
Allen.
Yep.
Grant is the guy who's there to bring him down at the 47-yard
Well, Mills does a
line.
pretty good job of blocking on the outside, and so does Rhodes, actually. Both of them are pretty good blockers for wide receivers.
Yeah, I think Rhodes was the guy who was blocking for you over there that time.
A few touches here as the game winds down.
So will that defensive end hit me, or will I be able to hand this ball off?
I don't know. It's hard to say.
If I can hand this ball off, I'll probably get a good gain.
It depends on the dice roll. Oh, okay. They
Oh, no, we're
decided
going to get a face mask.
they decided something different, right?
Yeah, they decided it was going to be a face mask penalty.
I'll
Yeah.
tell you, these face masks are getting so big that you can start off going for a jersey.
Well, it was enough to get you a
and end up with
first down
handful of
anyway.
face masks.
The home team come out of the 46. Looks like he's calling an audible. Green sends a man in motion.
Like they got an extra guy over there this time, though.
Gets the call.
Oh,
Pretty sad when you got to take a couple steps backwards in order to get a positive gain.
yeah, really,
Second
eh?
and 6.
Because your offensive line is playing 4 yards in the backfield all the time, right?
The home team come out with 8 guys.
Don't worry,
in the
they
box.
get better eventually.
Green with
I'll
a man
believe
in
it when I
motion.
see it.
Yeah. Hey, I know this because I ran the New York Spitfires for 9 seasons.
He gets
And
the
even
man.
Rock Dishman, who was like the crappiest offensive lineman that you can possibly imagine, made the Pro Bowl toward the end of his career one season. And the guy had less than 70 strength by the time he finally retired. But his technique was just superior, right? You know, he'd get down lower than the guy he was blocking, and he wouldn't push the guy back, but he also wouldn't give up any ground.
They'll bring the blitz.
Oh, got it back.
Oh, Allen got it back.
Yeah.
Player of the game.
Lucky.
To retain possession after that pass falls behind the line.
Yeah, well, that's another one of those annoying things too, right? Allen didn't do his job.
Yeah, he's the one that caused that to begin with.
Now it makes you wonder why the hell that was ruled a fumble anyways. My arm is moving forward there.
Yeah.
Alright, my arm is moving forward. But they do that to me. That's the second time this season they've done that to me. My arm's moving forward and they call it a fumble.
Will come
Yeah.
into this game to punt.
Like I said, I think it's a
Mitchell
dice roll
lines up
thing,
deep
right?
For the punt return. This one is shallow and short. He drops
It hit him.
The
Yeah! Jamie Boston recovers the fumble.
Yeah, I was
you're
kind
still
of,
on offense here.
I was kind of deliberately trying to hit him with that.
Yeah, well, you did. You
Because I
hit
was
him.
kind of resentful about how that drive ended up.
Yeah, that. Well, you managed to get the ball back.
For the run with all those linebackers out there. Calling an audible. Changing the play now. Hand it off. Dropped behind the line for a loss of a couple.
Oh, okay. Well, now you're going to get a penalty.
Rammed him on that play.
You got a big old handful of jersey there.
8 defenders in the box on this one. Calling an audible now. Green sends a man in motion. Looking upfield.
Look at that. Look at that blocking by the wide receiver there. Wow.
Yeah, Mills is a good blocker, man. I've been telling you.
Close to a
Yeah.
lot of records today, piling up over 250 yards on the ground.
Well, that's not the record, though. Not even close.
Yeah, because he holds the record.
Yeah.
Linebackers out there.
Twice.
Directing traffic. Looks like he's changing the play. Green with a man in motion.
Oh, that was a weird bug.
He hands it off. Grant takes him down at the 2. Allen picks up the first
Well, now
on
it's
that carry.
big guy
He
time
really
again.
ran well there. He gives some great blocks, and he
Yeah,
has
you know what?
patience
We'll
as
go
he
give
picks
it
up
to
the
Parkins
first
more.
down.
2 yards to go for the touchdown.
Parkman, it's time to worsen your rushing average.
Yeah, well, you know what? You could probably take another 2 minutes off the clock here, and for sure you'll end up with some points.
Hands it off.
Oh, he broke a tackle and then went backwards.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can be a little
Don't you hate that?
over-aggressive on defense, like
Yeah,
you see
what
here.
can you do? Sometimes, you know, like they just...
He got caught out of position, and the ball carrier
I think
was
if you
able
press
to
the
cut back.
D-pad forward, the guy should keep trying to push forward even if he's up against something solid, right? Personally.
Looks like he's calling an audible. And he'll get the call. And so he takes it
We'll just let Allen get that
away
one.
for the
Yep.
touchdown.
He was like
I didn't like how
locomotive
wide they were
before
lined up
MST.
there and how they were trying to bunch. So I audibled to something that would spread them out.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole idea of the single back formations, right? They want you, if they are playing man coverage, you want to spread them out so they're thin in the middle, right?
So they'll try to tack on the extra point. The kick is up. And the extra point
That'll
is
hurt his
good.
rushing average, though.
Starting to get into the groove. That's 14 consecutive points.
It sure seems like they've figured out the best way to move the ball against this defense.
Yep, I would say pretty well everything has gone your way in this game.
He got all of that one. From the one.
And they got a holding penalty,
Oh,
too,
wow.
on the return. Okay, well, this is an opportunity to try this out. I haven't tried this out yet, and I really want to find out what it does.
They'll go from the I formation. Dropping back to pass on first down. Slings it to the outside. Wade
Well, it resulted in them getting a
negative
play for a
yardage.
loss.
Dunn
Yep.
was there for the catch.
That was great concentration by the receiver.
Second and long.
Hey there, Robo.
Backs are
Whoa.
lined up in an eye.
Uh-oh, I had the wrong audible going on there. That's what happened.
Jones
I'm
makes
so
the
used
play.
to dome
42-yard
button
line.
audibles,
He
right?
puts it in for the
Ah.
big gain.
Almost every
And
wide
I'm
receiver
supposed to be
gets
using
better
the
at
triggers
running
here for
routes as they
these.
get older. And this
So
guy's
that
no
was just
exception.
me doing a muscle memory thing, right?
Yep.
The quarterback gets set with only one back behind him. He just unloaded on it.
Boom. Now that is what football's all about.
And a pickup of about 2. 8 to go.
Yes, football is all about the big hits. Screw this catch the pass bullshit. Just hit the guy. I just want to watch like
Incomplete.
4 quarters of a guy getting hit. That's what I want to watch.
Yeah, that's right.
Kansas City doesn't want a long pass over anybody's head here, so they back up the secondary. Dropping back. Pressure coming. Gets rid of it. And he hits the target. He's
Just
normally
couldn't
the
quite
guy
get
that
there.
looks when they need a first down.
I couldn't quite get there.
Yeah, and why they
You
go
were
to
close.
This guy is because of his hands. His hands are as good as I've seen throughout the league.
Williams, the deep back. Williams. Wade with the tackle at the 38. So that was a pickup of about 9.
Well, you know how you say it, though. You leak yardage until they get to your 30-yard line, and then you shut them down.
Yep, well, they're also
Quarterback
running the
gets set
ball a
with only
little bit
one
here.
back behind him.
And, you know, just kind of generally, oh, look at that.
The
Oh,
lineman picks up the throw. French pulls him down behind
Well.
the line.
boy, that was so close.
8th play of this drive. Loosening up the coverage on the outside. Williams, the lone back. Under pressure, gets the pass off. Good
throws
money.
it in
He'll
front
get
of
to
him.
that one tomorrow.
Yeah, with how
Oh,
Roughing
wow.
the passer?
He's lucky to be
Really?
able to hold on
Okay.
They
to it.
never call that in this
Quarterback
game.
after he released
Ah,
the
that's
ball.
okay.
The referee's job in the
Now
backfield
this
is to
really
protect
smells.
that
Now you know this is a
quarterback. He sees
scripted
him
thing,
laid
because
in,
that penalty
he's gonna
basically
throw the
doesn't
flag every
exist in
time.
that game. I don't think I've ever seen that penalty get called in Madden 05. I've seen it get called in Madden 04 like all the time, but never in Madden
8 is
05.
the magic number right now.
It's okay. If you rough the passer, I'm okay with
The
that.
home team line up with 2 backs behind.
All
the
you're
quarterback.
doing is you're just letting him know that you're there.
This one falls incomplete.
Just saying hi.
Yeah,
It's a friendly greeting.
that's right.
10th play of this drive. The quarterback gets set with only 1 back behind him. Throws it in and out of his hand. Trying
Wow.
to get it in for 6.
Well, they were trying something there, but
I'm kind of glad I dropped that linebacker off there. Hey,
well, Travis Wade was the right guy to drop off there too, because he's got all the awareness,
And this
right?
is the
Yep.
11th play.
That 99 awareness, it really shows there.
well, he's got 4 pass defenses in this game now.
Williams, the deep man. Throwing.
Oh
Oh
boy!
man!
Wow.
Does a heck of a job of getting in the passing lane and
Well, what are we gonna do now?
Hook hands.
Yeah, let's do that. We'll do it from this side.
Pressure
Oh.
coming. Surveying the field. Incomplete.
Well, I couldn't get the sack because that other guy came and picked me up at the last second.
Makes
But
it, the coach is a hero. If they fail,
there, a successful red zone defense.
Yep.
Almost at the 2-minute mark now.
That's what happens, right? I'll leak yardage and I'll let you get inside the 20, and then once you can't throw long passes anymore, I'll just shut you down. I smother the short
Looks like he's
pass,
calling an
right?
audible. Drops back. Gets rid of it. He hits
You know, like I'll play 5 or even 6 short zones across and that kind of thing.
Yep.
And when the line of scrimmage is inside the 10-yard line, it's pretty tough to pass
Looks like he's changing
against
the play.
that type of defense.
Mills, the motion man. Hand off to the tailback. Grant
Well, I'm not
with the
sure
tackle
why that
at
worked,
the
but it did
30-yard
anyway.
line.
Well, we can take a look at it. I was trying to get Mills to
Yeah, I know.
cut up and help block in the middle, and he really didn't do that. Instead, he ran into me.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of stupid, though in this game, like in Madden 04, you could actually snap the ball in a lot of circumstances.
just turn upfield immediately.
While you've got a receiver in motion, and he'll just turn and run up the field.
But he
right?
does block this linebacker, so maybe that's why that handoff worked.
We'll go back
Yeah,
to the play
maybe.
on the field.
But in Madden 05, you cannot get a proper snap.
Yeah, you cannot snap while players are in motion because they're just retarded. And they won't do what you tell them to.
Yeah, or they won't let you snap the ball until they've reached a certain point in motion, right?
Yep. Yeah, I like the idea of throwing it too easily.
Dropping back. Throwing. And it's caught. Number 35.
So that's what we'll do.
That's the first down marker. 1st and 10. He sees something in the defense.
Well, this should be a good run.
As long as that defensive end doesn't hit me.
Yeah. Well, and everybody actually blocks somebody. They're out of position, so in theory, this should be a successful run play, right?
I should at least get 5 yards if that safety is super alert.
Yeah.
Unless he's blitzing, and then I'll get like 2.
Hand off to the tailback.
Or unless one of my tight ends just doesn't block somebody.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of that going around.
34. 5th play of this drive. A little over a minute
I'm
left.
amazed that you have the amount of success with this type of running game that you do, actually. Because I know I can't do it. Not consistently, anyway. I managed to,
Calling an audible.
pull off a nice long run like that once in a while, but not on a consistent basis like you do.
Well, we'll have to look at the runs for a loss at the end of this game.
Oh yeah, I imagine you've got quite a few.
Looking for room. Just won't go down. Tackle at the 41.
Well, that ought to do
play
it.
goes for about 6.
Well, I think I'm pleased with the way the new defensive scheme works.
Yeah, it worked well.
It fits in well with what I already had, right?
Yep.
And it gives me an answer to teams like this that have like one or more 90-plus speed receivers, because it gives me the ability to take those long passes away, right?
Yep.
And the clock runs out. The final score is Kansas City 42, Philadelphia 3. Thanks for joining us.
Who's the player of the game? Calvin Allen.
Yeah, probably Calvin Allen.
So long.
He's probably going to be the offensive player of the week again, too.
Oh, no drop passes all game.
Yep. No interceptions, no sacks. Completed 80% of your passes.
Yeah, well, did you know that you got 5 tackles with 2 different players?
Wow. Well, it looks like they did very little offensively. You know, like I said, I always leak passing yardage, but basically what I'm doing is forcing them to throw the ball short, right?
Yep.
And you had you're back on track with your 266 yards rushing and 24 first downs. Wow, you were 7 of 10 on third down.
Nice.
Look at this again, right?
Yeah.
They made 3 visits to the red zone and they only got a field goal.
Good job.
That's right. I play good red zone defense.
Typical time of possession.
Yep. Look at that. 106 quarterback rating. He was 11 of 11. He didn't throw an incomplete pass. Bo Jenkins was 11 of 12.
Yeah, I think they counted that as a pass behind the line of scrimmage.
You were definitely stretching the field today.
Hey, I consider anything longer than 5 yards to be a long
Look
pass.
at this.
Nice.
Yeah. See, he had 7 carries for -1 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Oh my god.
Wow. Yeah. And but Calvin Allen made up for it, averaging 8.2 yards per carry and carried the ball 30. It was a light day for him. He only got the ball 34 times today.
Yep.
Yeah. Easily he's becoming your leading receiver here pretty quickly, eh?
Yeah, well, they just seems like that's been the vulnerability in these defenses lately, because usually I'm throwing it to Allen all the time, and now I'm throwing it to Easley just because of how the coverage works out.
Yeah.
I don't know if they made an adjustment or if it's just the types of plays that certain teams tend to call or what.
So there we go. Ben French and Jerome Edwards had big games. Coming from the outside there.
Yep, and you got a couple of sacks.
Yep, the outside linebackers, basically. That's what that defensive setup that I was using is designed to do, though, is get those outside linebackers involved in the pass rush, right?
Yep.
Because I can move the 3-man line over and tie up the offensive line on one side and eat up all those blocks so that they can get around the edge. And they can get there quickly. Look at that. 4 pass defenses there. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Right? 11 knockdown passes.
Nice.
And Edwards got the forced fumble, and then Jamie Boston got a fumble recovery on the punt coverage team.
Yep. Doing good work out there.
Yep. You were 0 for 1 on field goals today.
Oh, well.
Yeah. And you had kind of a crappy net average, but I think that was because of that touchback, right?
Yep.
Because that basically turns a 35-yard punt into a 15-yard punt in a hurry, right?
Yep. But it is what it is. I mean, if we had the kicker with the advertised kick power, maybe that's a field goal instead.
Yeah. So this guy is a pretty good quarterback, and he managed to complete 51% of his passes.
But you can think of it this way. He only managed to complete 51% of his passes.
Yeah. And they didn't get much on the ground. Wow, you kept their free safety busy today. Right? Yeah, see, 3, 5, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 tackles for a loss, right?
Yep.
So when you're not tearing off a 25-yard run, you're running for a loss.
Yep.
Basically.
Basically.
But anyway, you pretty much had your way all game long, and the player of the game is Calvin Allen. I already know this.
Wow, he got 279 yards on the ground.
Yep. He's got 3 games left, and he's easily going to make 2,000 yards, I think.
Excellent.
Anyway, I guess we continue to be undefeated after we give the Vultures a thrashing.
Yes.
So until next time,
I'm Rugby5.
and I'm Sandman99.
Have a good one.